Alright, what are you doing?
Working on taking this dash apart.
Why?
Well, we're gonna start wiring car soon. By we, I mean you, and I'm learning.
So what's wrong with this dash? Show us what's wrong with it.
There's some weird,
grab the light.
some weird gothic font right there. That's not factory.
Yeah, but what size are these gauges?
Miniature.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some better contacts.
They're washed out from the light. It's too, but yeah, they're tiny.
Really tiny. So we were looking at different dash options at PRI, and then we're also going to a swap meet in March. So who knows? We might find something there.
Well, everything's going to be attached to that.
Alright.
So you may be crawling underneath there because you're trying to take everything out with it. So all the wires and everything's going to be attached to that, it looks like. So yeah, this is where you're going to be laying on your back.
Well, at least they got this jig mat. Thank you, Tom.
Right. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Suffering.
So this is called removing factory wiring. I'm really enjoying this. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I'd enjoy?
What?
Cutting all these wires.
I just can't see like all these wires here.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get these wires out if we could.
Unless, can you reach over and cut that zip tie?
I think I see what's connected.
I don't know how many times I've done what they're doing, but it really warms my heart to watch them do it. I'm not gonna lie.
Made that joke 20 times. So we've got, it's pretty much almost all the way. Just, there's one more thing connecting it and we're struggling.
Okay.
What?
I have a plan.
Do you? I have no shame in asking for help when I need it, so. I need help.
Huh?
I need help. We found the last piece,
Yeah.
but I have no idea how to get to it, and I also don't recognize that connector, or how to take it apart.
So this right here, I think the clamp screws on like right somewhere in there.
Can't see.
This clamp that's up there where my middle finger is, I think it's screwed on.
Yeah, you can't see. I can't see it very well.
Well, we've had to lower the steering column a little bit because we can't get this dash out. It's
Cluster.
hitting just a little bit up there. Keep dropping it. Oh, so close.
That's as far down as it goes. Right there.
Well, it's all these little plastic pieces now that are hitting.
Not any more than that.
Y'all are doing it all wrong.
I'm sure we
I did this in 2 minutes back in my day.
That's oh my god.
He's getting angry.
I like this Jenks thing.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas. Donated it.
Thank you for your donation.
Yeah. Never seen inside of one of these before.
What?
I've never seen inside one of these before.
Mm.
Oh, well, I guess you have. It's just a glass part. Plastic part. We can
Tommy moment.
we can turn back the miles. Kidding. It's illegal.
Yay, we're finally getting rid of that gothic font.
Yeah. I was never a fan of that.
We talked about that earlier before you got here. There it is. Huh? Oh. Oh, no, that's still connected.
That's not.
It's not? That. Oh, you guys cut it.
It's out.
Woohoo! There she is.
right, there you go. This is gonna be the most fun right here, and I'll let you guys handle this one. It goes to the starter. Be a good time. Be a really good time the way he did this. Here's your brake lines. We gotta put a line lock on. Start cutting. No watching. It's working.
Cut? And cut it?
There's a wire tie down there or something. This is the fan relay that I put on. That's good. What is this? This is, oh Lord. This is all the lights. This is the front light harness is what this is. So, I think there should be plugs. So you should have plugs for all this. So there's one. Now start chasing down. We got to get this out. And I think it should be plugs. There you go. Okay, just hold that right there. I'll get some wire ties. Tommy, what are you doing?
Starter wire.
Those are always fun. So what are we in the process of doing? Sound of despair. Okay, let's see. Oh Lord.
Thank gosh.
That's every wire in the car.
This was miserable. But it's done. Feels good.
How'd you like it under the dash?
I did not.
Yeah, but
But
look
it
how
feels great now that it's done.
look how clean it is now.
Ready
Yep.
for a fresh start.
Yep. Only wiring left is what's running up the steering column. That's it.
All right, shop supervisor, you're up. You get to pull the lever.
Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Where are you going?
Well,
What are you doing?
I get to pull the lever. If I only knew where the lever was. Oh, okay, I found it.
He's very proud of it.
Yeah, that's,
Everybody has pulled it at least twice.
yeah,
You're
that's
pulling it out of the trunk.
very nice.
Did your dad see that comment?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's another
Oh.
one today too.
Half-inch gap. Half-inch.
Look at this one. Good talk.
Oh my
Okay, you're
goodness.
welcome.
I'll fix that right now.
Okay, that actually is kind of bad.
It's an easy fix.
We got our first
You're
hate comment.
slacking.
Jeff got his first hate comment about the trunk gap.
Look, when we first got the car, it was hitting the tail lights, so all I wanted to do was it not hit the tail lights.
So what's the fix for this? The springs?
Just gotta lay in the car and align the trunk.
Should have done that months ago.
It's a
Shame.
You're slacking, Jeff.
It's a two-person job.
Slacker.
The action is phenomenal, Molly.
All about action.
You are smarter than you look.
Well, there is the outcome of all the work tonight. That's kind of satisfying, actually. Seeing all these wires sitting here. That's satisfying.
I tried to take some footage of me in the car, like cutting stuff. You could just see how depressed I looked.
It's
And you
okay.
could see how cramped
Hard work
I
pays
was.
off.
Oh, it did. It did pay off. I mean, it's out.
So how much of this are you going to reuse, Jeff?
None of it.
None of it?
So I couldn't have just cut things? Or I could have just cut things?
I mean, technically, but
Do you understand how much
Well,
easier my
no.
life could have been? I could have made little holes for you to see.
no, I mean, I will still use as a reference some of this. Like, no, I don't want to cut it into shreds
I was
because
gonna cut it into shreds, but there was a couple times where I couldn't see through this big thick wiring.
no, that should come out.
Ow.
Yeah, I mean, Oh, it's tragic. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at this. So this is how hillbillies wire things. You just jam a wire behind the fuse. That's great. That's how cars burn to the ground. So stupid.
Wait, what was that too?
No, it doesn't matter.
I hope the guy never comes and watches.
He hasn't even responded to the...
Well, no, I just remember Bill did a quick fix under the car for the headlights. I think that might have been your dad.
Oh no.
Don't put that on the video.
My headlights
I
went
doubt
out
it.
at Marianne and we had to drive home in the dark.
Well, that could be.
And he's like, don't show your dad
Was
this.
that
He's
anywhere
gonna get
near
mad
where
at
the
me."
head was? That the head? You think it was?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Well,
I think so.
Well, don't put that in there. All right, well, one of the things we got done was we got the power brakes off the car, so we're converting over to manual brakes, and we're using pretty much the drag racing standard, which is the Mopar master cylinder, which kind of everybody uses. It's just a good basic lightweight master cylinder. So I've got that mounted up. We've got the standard adapter plate from 4-bolt to 2-bolt, so it's in place. So now we got to connect the lines back up, and of course we got to add a line lock. So
Oh, you're gonna do line lock?
well, yeah, it's a race car, isn't it?
I've never had a race car with line lock.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's here. So nice thing with these lines is it's gonna be really easy to plumb all this. So I just have to make a push rod from the brake pedal to the master cylinder. I'll make one of those myself. So.
Rob actually just made one of those for the Nova out of Rural King parts.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Rural King.
It's in his video.
Can't beat
It's
it.
actually pretty cool.
Yep. So that's just another step. We've got, since you're under here, I mean, of course, if you never saw the car before, it was a rat's nest of wiring. So it's all cleared out of here and ready to start over. Just a couple small, just a distributor wire left here, and just we'll start from scratch.
As far as the engine goes, what all do we need to do? I know there was an intake leak, wasn't there? It's like leaking out of the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There were like puddles of
yeah,
oil.
I mean, it seeps a little bit of oil here and there. We'll look at those things over the winter, and you know, we got to take some stuff apart. We got to do some new plumbing for the nitrous. So we got some fuel plumbing to do. So we'll be hook up with Matt and get some fuel line fittings from him, and so we can get the nitrous plate plumbed. But when we're doing all that, we'll fix some annoying little leaks and stuff like that for sure.
Oh, I'm gonna ask that one.
What about work?
No.
Who's asking questions about work?
Well, everybody wants to know what he does for a
Doesn't
living.
matter.
We're all in.
Are you capturing?
He's an
What is that?
engineer.
Where's what?
Is what? That's the strap.
Oh, it's a strap. Okay. All right, I can figure that out. Okay.
Make sure the mic's on. Trust me, we've done 30-minute interviews with no mic.
2 days later.
All
We're
right.
doing a quick Q&A just to finish the night off, just something fun. Everybody's had a lot of questions, so she has collected a few of our finest questions under the YouTube channel.
Finest ones that I could find.
Yeah.
So
Any
wait.
hate comments?
Wait a
No,
minute.
I did not add hate comments in, but I'm
Okay.
gonna bring one up later.
Well, hold on. Before we get into that, I want to say that I am so humbled by a lot of the comments that we've gotten so far. Very, very. The compliments are they're just so nice and unexpected, and I'll tell you, I don't think we're doing anything here that crazy that people haven't done elsewhere. But you know, it's nice to hear those comments from folks. So I do appreciate that, and I know they do too. So
Yeah, everybody's been super supportive and nice, and
yeah.
it makes us want to come out here even more and do this stuff. You know, it gives us incentive. I know it's nice knowing people enjoy the videos, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah. So I just wanted to get that out there. So appreciate everybody.
All right. So we've covered this one a couple times, but it's still asked every once in a while. I'm wondering why that pretty much all Mopar cars have a turbo 350 trans in it, and are there any plans to go 727?
That's a joke
It-
question.
So
Yeah.
this car came with the turbo 350 in it, and nobody even knew that when Billy and Bill went to Detroit and picked up the car. They had no idea. we didn't know until we put it up on the rack in Bill's shop. It was completely a surprise to all of us that this thing had a turbo 350 on it. And so when it was up in the air, I looked at the pan and I was like, that's not a Mopar pan. And then we kind of put two and two together. So
It was a pleasant surprise for us.
Yeah.
Not so much Jeff.
there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's got a very expensive bell housing adapter on it. And but what it does is it makes the car much more complex than it probably needs to be. There's nothing wrong with a 904 or a 727 Chrysler transmission. What we will do, I don't know. It kind of depends what happens as the power level of the car rises. But at this point, we really don't know what's inside this transmission. We know we've got to loosen up the converter, so it's going to be dropped out of the car here soon anyway. So we will probably get it to somebody. I don't know. I forget who you guys usually use for Vickers.
Hughes.
Hughes.
Or
yeah.
Vickers.
Yeah.
Vickers and Hughes.
So this trans will probably, just in the interest of time and not wanting to give us any more work, it'll probably someone will go through the transmission, we'll have the converter loosened up, and it'll go right back in for now. Until it blows up, there's probably not going to change. So it was a decision that the previous car owner made, so that's all we know.
All right, this is a Jeff question too. I think you'll be able to explain this the best. So this person wrote, never understood people that run a cage tied into the sheet metal floor. It will just give away and bend, fold, or rip away like a tin can. I'm reading it how it was wrote. Just unsafe, not even worth having a cage in the car then.
Never mind, stop reading. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is a unibody car. I mean, it is not a full frame car. There is no such thing as a frame under these cars. A unibody car is built that it takes all these pieces put together a certain way to make the car structurally sound and very solid. So while there are frame rails, they are just sheet metal and they are welded to floor pans. It's unit body construction. That's the way all cars are built now. The only thing with a full frame out there anymore is a full-size pickup truck, period. Every car on the road is a unibody, and this is no different. So the comment is a little bit off base there, because the best we can do is tie to the most rigid part of the structure of the car. And there are frame rails there, and we've added more frame rails to the car. But inevitably what you're trying to do is you're trying to take, God forbid there's an incident with any race car, you're trying to take that energy, and instead of all that energy from however the car ends up hitting whatever, you're trying to spread that energy out. Okay, so you have the main hoop, you have bars that go to the back, you have bars that go to the center of the car, and you have bars that go forward. We're putting an 8-point in this car. The point is that the car, God forbid, ever gets upside down, all that energy gets displaced 8 different directions. The car is triangulated, and that's all you can do is disperse that energy into all different areas of the car instead of it being all concentrated in one spot. So until you take a unibody car and make it a full frame car, like a tube chassis car, that's the best you can do. And it is very safe. I mean, there are thousands of cars out there that are built the way we're doing this. NHRA says it's fine. It can run down to 10 flat with no issues at all. It's very safe. So it's proven time and time again to be a solid way of constructing some safety into a unibody car. So not an issue.
I understand it may stay all motor for a while, but what was your guys' thoughts on power outers later on?
The thought is simple and what we can get done before next season, and it's not logical with everything that we're doing first, like getting the chassis correct and rewiring the car. It's, nitrous is going to be way easier to get done in the time frame that we have, because we don't have the time to fab up a whole turbo kit for the Dart or do any of that. And the nitrous is easier to start out with, and I think it's a little safer, and you bang it through the motor.
Yeah, I
That's always
personally
fun.
like to start out with nitrous too, just to kind of work my way up. I would like to go turbo in the future, but I'm not in any rush to get there. Bill got me a nitrous kit for Christmas, so that is
It's
gonna
so
go
much
on the car
easier to
next
just
season.
put a plate underneath the carburetor and you have nitrous. Like hook up a bottle and you're ready to go. We'll do it a little nicer than that, but it's way faster. Like for what we need to accomplish this next season, it's it just makes more sense than doing a whole turbo kit. And then we have to have a laptop out. Like I would like to get the nitrous mini controller that I had in my truck. They're very simple. It's like a little iPod you put on the dash, and it's a simple, plot a couple graphs, and you've got your nitrous curve. And it was very simple and easy to learn. It's a good base to get you ready for in the future if you want to do turbos. It's some of that stuff's a little more easy to understand. So
yeah, there's no way we're gonna get turbos. I mean, it's February at this point.
It's not in the cards.
It's the end of January. And there's a lot of work still to do, and there's no way that we're doing major powertrain changes at this point. So she can race this year. I mean, that's the whole goal. I mean, if we would do that, the car just simply would not be able to be raced this year. So
Yeah, plus I really don't mind like another season of seat time, just getting used to the car again. I mean, when we bring the car out for the first time, I'm sure it'll just be on all motor again, just for me to get used to it. Because again, it's not like it's.
Well, I mean, we got to make sure the car goes straight and everything. I mean, we got to.
Yeah,
This is a whole new suspension under the car. We got to make sure that the car does what it's supposed to, doesn't do anything stupid, and then we can start to feed it some onions. So.
Yep. So someone asked what ET we were shooting for.
What was our fastest ET this year? It was at Trails.
1290.
1290.
Well, that's the quarter. 8th mile was 780.
780.
789.
On hard tires.
Hard tires, 6-link suspension.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah.
We really did. We did really well for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was honestly really happy with what we had right off the start. We really didn't change much. We took it pretty much right to the track and let it eat.
This is a car that you guys would jump in and drive around for hours. I mean, on the street. I mean, it didn't overheat. It didn't do anything stupid. It was.
It was that one time.
Well, it was
right.
User error, but.
User error.
No, the engine makes pretty good power. To answer the question, I never predict that. I would never throw that number out there.
What was our 60-foot times? Were we in the 170s?
Yeah, I think it was high 170s.
That's honestly
170s.
great.
I think it was mid 170s.
Dude, that's awesome. For all motor, foot brake, and hard tires that are like this wide, 235 hard tire. Like,
tight converter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Couldn't leave hard at all.
No.
I don't have an ET prediction number because I don't know, but
I don't either.
I'd imagine if we're running 780s now, if we can give it a 200 shot by the end of the season when you're used to that, I mean, you will work our way up, but like if that thing will take a 200 shot, I'd like to see a 7.0 at least.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't have a number in mind. Just
we'll
just working my
we'll
way
sneak up to it, and it is what it is. So.
Someone asked what the plans for the dart are: bracket racing or no prep.
Both. I think bracket racing is a great start to
anything, any kind of racing. Index, bracket.
Yeah, I think index.
No prep.
I enjoyed index.
Yeah. Besides the one hiccup.
I think that's one of the cool things about this car is that it's going to be very user friendly and usable, and let's not put it together for one sole purpose,
I would really like to try and get out to every Wednesday night thing at Trails this year and just make as many test passes as I possibly can. Like I want to keep getting seat time.
Sure.
Because I just know like the more comfortable I feel in the car, the better I'm gonna do. Obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably try and go bracket racing with Jeff when he has his car out. It'd be fun to have both cars at the track and do some bracket racing. Edgewater, when they do the Cynthy Street Nights, they have index classes. Those are always fun. And
Gregory 42, so when I go up there for the stock, super stock races, they have index races as well.
Yeah.
So that might be a good time.
It's all just going to kind of depend on
I'm sure we'll hit all the pacemakers races, and I don't know what's going to happen with Marion, but maybe take it to Mags. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Tommy, this question's kind of for you.
Uh-oh.
Any interest in different forms of motorsport?
I'd like to. I want to build a drift car someday, just see if I can do it. But
And then another thing that we were also talking about, Jeep stuff.
Jeep stuff. Yeah, maybe
This
someday. We
my
just need
search
something to do
channel.
in the winter, when other than I mean, we got to build race cars in the winter. That's what keeps the money flowing. But it would be fun to. She has a Jeep, and maybe we can go out and we had a video a while ago where we did some mudding, and it was kind of fun. So. I don't know,
it was
maybe
nice.
another hobby we could have down the line.
But I
Get a
need
Chevy.
another daily driver.
Get a
first.
side by side or something.
You're right. Yeah.
Keep the Jeep.
Yeah. My brother's gonna get a turbo razor, is what he says. We'll see how that goes.
Are you going to race against Tommy? No.
Maybe not next season.
Not next season.
I'll
Not
wind
for
up the
a
Blazer
while.
next year. I'll put that LS swap in that everybody's trying to tell me to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs a lot more work than an LS.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
News for you.
I need about 5 cars in the hit.
Tommy, when are you planning to work on your truck? Do you think it will be ready for this coming year?
Oh, my race truck?
I know this is about your race truck, but I'm going to pretend it's about your blue Silverado since we're covering that on our
Well,
channel.
we'll do both. I mean, as you guys can see, the race truck, my blue race truck is back. That's going to be a while because my priorities are focused on Billy's Nova, the Dart. I have a race car, so the truck will fall in its place at some point, but I'm not going to rush it. I want to get some other things done before we do that because it's not as important. I don't feel like I'd rather get this done and Billy's Nova done and focus on that first.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcon's a great race car. You got a great race car, so there's no reason to rush though.
And then my
Yes, Tom.
Silverado, we got to wait till spring because I ain't going to work in the snow in the driveway because I need to get the transmission out of it, and the weather's been so bad, but there's been something on the lift in the shop every day for the last 3 months, so I kind of just got to wait my turn. At some point I'll get it out and get it done. But next.
All right. I saw this comment a lot when we posted the video changing the suspension. A lot of people were asking what kind of 4-link suspension did we remove, and a lot of questions asking why would you replace 4-link with leaf springs. And
Well, it was like
It
6
was
link.
not a
Everybody
4-link.
sees all this adjustability, and it's like, well, geez, how could you not make that work? But
Well,
I don't know
so-
much about those, but
So that was a QA1 setup that they make for, to basically make cars handle better. It's not a setup for drag racing. It is,
it's like touring cars.
it's meant, for pro touring. Any car built in the 60s and 70s, they didn't handle very good at all. I mean, they weren't meant for that. So this QA1 setup that was on the car, while I give them credit, it worked good. It was really neat. The really, honestly, the limiting factor on it is there was absolutely no way to put a wider tire on the car. It was impossible. It was set up. The rear bars went in the place of the original leaf spring locations, and they were not movable. It was impossible. So it had to go. It was not going to handle the kind of power that we're going to end up putting in the car. Leaf springs are awesome. The Caltrax monoleafs with the Caltrax lift bars, you can't go wrong.
I don't think we could have got the bar angle that we needed that you can get out of a Caltrack. Like, I don't think we could have made it plant anywhere near as hard as a Caltrack would.
No.
You just can't get the bar angle.
So it didn't matter. None of that mattered if you weren't going to get a bigger tire.
No.
It just didn't matter, and we've already found the limits of that tire. So it had to go. It's actually all boxed up here, ready to cleaned up and ready to sell. So we just got to find a new owner for it. And that was very expensive. That was over $3,000.
Yeah.
That system, and as neat as it was, it just had to go. So.
All right, speed round.
all right, I just have 2 goofy ones left.
Oh, okay.
Tommy, you and Allison need to take some of that SRC money and buy Jeff a lift.
We can't fit a lift in here, I don't think.
That's the first problem you heard.
I don't need a lift.
I'd pitch in.
That's fine.
You know, to be honest, working on the floor isn't as bad when you have a nice clean floor, like an even floor. Like, it's really not that bad.
Really?
Our floors in our shop, there's like Oh, there's a little bit of dog throw up. Oh, there's a little bit of antifreeze, a little bit of oil, a little bit of Billy spit. You know.
You know what? It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's good.
It's good.
Oh Lord.
This one's for you, Dad. She's gotten a $100,000 race car, but doesn't have heat in her garage.
Wait, that's a $100,000 race car?
No.
Oh, that?
No. So
It's
yeah.
worth like around that much, yeah.
So this is easy. Where we live, we have our house is propane. We don't have natural gas, and propane is very expensive. So put in the comments if you have propane and you understand where I'm coming from. So it costs about double what natural gas does to heat, and there's no way I'm heating this place with propane. You know what? We got it warm enough in here. It's tolerable. It's Ohio. It's in the winter. You know what? You do what you got to do. It's fine. So
Ain't stopped us so far.
we're supposed to have natural gas coming to us this year. So when that happens, I'll heat this place. But until then, we're fine. I've done plenty of work out here. So.
All right, that's it. So do you want to just do a closing?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Well, I hope we didn't bore you guys. I know, I don't think it was boring, but I don't know. Like
It's
at
all
this
questions
point,
that they've asked.
well, no,
so-
it's just funny because like to us, we're like, this is boring. Like we're just cutting wires out of the car. We're just working in the garage, but like people enjoy it. So, we're gonna just upload everything we can.
Yeah.
Every part of the process. It seems like everybody just doesn't really care. They just want to watch us. So, I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
But-
really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So today is Sunday. We're gonna work again Tuesday. What's the plans for Tuesday?
Tuesday. What are we doing Tuesday? Well, we're gonna do some welding. We're gonna show some folks some body repair welding that I think that someone might find interesting. We've got pretty much today. We've got all the wiring out of the car, so the car has been stripped. The only thing left is literally just like the headlight wiring. That's it. There's not a single wire left in the car. So kids did a nice job tonight getting everything out. Got the dash out. I mean, it's stripped. I mean, it is clean. There's nothing left in this. So I don't know. There's plenty to do.
I gotta scrape some more. I've been putting it off.
Seen a couple comments about that too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, so we got to drop the gas tank out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take the fuel tank out. I don't know why we just haven't taken it out at this point. It hasn't really been a need to, but I need to do a little patch in the trunk, and I can't do that with the tank in there, or else I'm going to blow us up, and so I don't want to do that. So we'll do that and a couple other small things. So
I think we're gonna try and get my dad to come out here and have some fun with us. He's always fun to have around, so we'll see if he wants to come out and maybe he can film a couple things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys watching up to this point. We will see you guys in the next
Oh.
video. What?
There's one more question. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Name change. We don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't even named our cat yet.
Right.
So
Also, we've decided we don't even need to have SRC in our name. It doesn't really make sense because we're not going to be street racing. None of these cars, at least. We won't be street racing. Maybe a grudge, right? No, I'm just kidding. We won't be street racing.
there was a lot of good suggestions out of the last video. I mean, there was a lot of them. So
we're still talking it over.
Maybe we'll do TNA racing.
That's what we want to do.
TA.
TA.
There's just no good way.
There's just no.
There's no good way.
It's okay. It's all right. It's good.
It's alright.
All right.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys the next day. We're in here in the shop working.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.